It's Chris, the Dating Doc, and I'm back doing another Dating Doc Raw. For those that are new, what is the Dating Doc Raw? You see other videos that go into tips, news, and advice for folks. Dating Doc Raw is an unedited, very raw version of me, where sometimes I can come off a little bit meaner, and I can cover everything from the Manosphere, feminism, latest news, etc., in a style that is very different from other videos that you may see. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the psychology of the manosphere, namely through the perspective of a new listener, watcher, follower, subscriber, how they enter the manosphere system, and hopefully they exit out of the manosphere. And I'll speak a little bit about why I say hopefully exit the manosphere. So first off, what are we talking about when they enter the manosphere? We're talking about a young guy or even an older, bitter person who's gone through a breakup, gone through a divorce, and they're looking for someone who understands the plight of their pain, of their rejection, of the divorce, alimony, child support, etc. They go on YouTube. Maybe they type in something like single mom drama, or how to deal with toxic exes, or dating advice. And they may start off with, it could be one dating coach or POA type that talks about single moms. And from there, they go into recommended videos and they see other folks. They're now being introduced to the manosphere. They're wondering, what is this manosphere? They probably don't even know the lexicon yet. And then curiosity gets the best of them, and they want to be part of the lexicon. They want to be part of the culture of the pills. And then from there, they're like, oh, wait a minute. Enter this door if you want to be red pill. Enter this door if you want to be black pill, MGTOW, etc. People don't really advertise themselves much as blue pill. And on top of that, now there's a new white pill movement, which I guess you can enter that as well. I'll maybe talk about the grift of all these pills anyway. So they enter a subgroup because it keeps them entertained. It keeps them as part of a community. They start commenting. Oh, wait a minute. The creator responded back to me. Now I feel like I'm part of this community. And it's this carousel of anger and information. Anger and information. That's what's happening nowadays when you talk about popular media, when you talk about the news. The news outlets take full advantage of that. They understand the psychology of the viewer. So what do? They give you good information, statistics, and feed you anger. Good information, statistics, and feed you anger. It's a great cycle. Great in a business sense, but horrible when you talk about the integrity of what it means to be human and to keep people sane and positive, frankly. So let's say I am Albert. I just got out of a horrible divorce. I'm on YouTube trying to find pickup skills because I want to get back into it to fill that hole that I feel from not having a woman next to me. And from there, I am at first getting advice. I may watch a video where 20% of it is advice and 80%, about 80%, this is very anecdotal, is complaining about women. But yet somehow they still talk about those dating tips. So now you are bombarded, not with dating advice videos. You are bombarded more with how women are to blame with everything wrong in your life. Even more hypocritical if the content creator themselves are maybe undereducated, they are out of shape, which really makes no sense, or they don't have true social skills past dating and gender relationship dynamics. Their entire life is being a content creator. These aren't people that you would see saying hi to the local employee at a grocery store. They're not the type that helps their neighbor. They probably don't have a story past their like count or their YouTube subscriber count. Now, a man who has been twisted up from a divorce or a breakup sees this other man as the example. Because media has power. Just you listening to my words right now, it could influence you towards good, bad, and ugly. Hopefully more good than bad or ugly. So you look at someone who's in the limelight, even in the sub community of the Manosphere on mainly YouTube, and you see that guy's got to be it. He's got to be the one. He's talking about his late count. That's who I strive to be. Oh, wait a minute. That guy's making sense about all these single moms and how much the average money they take from you. And that's got to be, even if it is true statistics, they're skewed in a way to frankly get you pissed off. So now you are becoming a slave to that information. You're becoming a slave to the community. And guess what? What do they care about? They care about donations, subscriber count, and signing up to a course. In the end, there's not a lot of altruism in this. Come on now. That is the psychology of the Manosphere. Now, Albert, he's gone through all this. He's become very bitter. He takes it out on his dates, right? By if they don't have this perfect checklist, they're for the streets. Because he's the high value man. Even though Albert has still the same style, no swagger, and hasn't really worked on those social skills because he's stuck. He's stuck in the Manosphere when it comes to one of these pills. And now the sad part of the Manosphere is that they're too busy fighting amongst each other. It's sad because while on one hand, yes, you should hold others accountable. On the other hand, it's just too much noise. And there's just enough bandwidth for a viewer, subscriber to take. If you are a man who's truly leveling up, you're not going to hang out for 5-hour streams. I'm sorry. Not to mention how much time and hours it takes for those people on those 5-hour streams to get their talking points straight. Or just how physically tired they are before and after a 5-hour stream, where most of the time they're just complaining. It's full on complaining with a couple of statistics. Even if it's grounded in truth, it still comes from very toxic and tiring mindset. So when I hold people accountable, I want to do it holistically, because guess what? There might be a red pillar who's annoyingly toxic, maybe makes fun of their own followers, viewers, or supporters. Whereas there might be someone who just started on YouTube and just using the red pill movement as their brand, but they're now in the same circle as the toxic criminals, some literal criminals that are part of this Manosphere. And guess what? We're all part of it. We're all part of it. Red pill, black pill, it doesn't matter. Even if you try to evade it, white pill, you're part of the Manosphere because you are a male content creator discussing gender, relationship dynamics, dating, and now crypto. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother topic. Albert can now has a choice. He can say, look, I could go to the park and get my head straight, unplug from the digital world, and just be in nature. I can go to meetup.com and join some hobby and interest groups so I could actually have a support system, a social support system that's not just men complaining about women. I can work on my body because I need to bring my cortisol levels down. I want to grow my muscles. Oh, and on top of that, it's got the tertiary effects where you look better. You could do all of that. You could read, grow your knowledge, or you are stuck being a slave to the system. That is the Manosphere. If you exit out and continue leveling up as a man. Or you can stay in the Manosphere, but you can exit out of information that you deem trash, where you're able to discern, okay, if I watch a 10-minute video, this guy is talking 75% facts, no cap, 25% crap, trash. You see how the brain works? You look at the information and you need to be able to divvy it up. It's like a piece of bread that parts of it are still good and parts of it are moldy. You can, if you're starving, you can throw away, you're not going to throw away the old piece of bread. You're going to take off the mold and then eat the rest. It's the same thing with this information that you see out there. You either exit totally and continue to level up and don't be out here just on YouTube for hours. Heck, me as a content creator, this YouTube thing is not my primary focus because it takes a lot of mental space. And I got to be able to unplug. I got to be able to keep my mind fresh. Because when I'm 80, I'm not worried about my YouTube subscriber count. But I digress. So men, understand the psychology of the manosphere. Also understand how that can apply to popular media, especially news outlets, and how they try to pull you in. Keep in mind, you only have one life to live. Do not define it by woman. Okay? Some men are defining their life by woman in spite of them or trying to get their attention. Sometimes the best way that you can get a woman is by leveling up and not worrying about them, but still having a positive, strong, masculine attitude, and then they'll just show up. But understand the psychology so you don't fall victim to just being this YouTube barfly. All right, this is the Dating Doc signing out. Peace.